Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ketsuban here. Welcome to Anime Everything. So, recently a YouTuber I watched named Birdkeeper Toby did a video on his own evil team, his own Pokemon evil team, where he just stated his ideas on what his own evil team would be if he could have one. And he asked people that watched him to respond to it and create their own videos or descriptions. So I decided I'd do a video in response to it. So without further ado, here is my Pokemon Evil team. First off, my type specialties for my Evil team would be Psychic, Dark, and Ghost. The types of, the other world, because Dark type, is mystical in the sense that, Dark types have moves that allow you to take the upper hand on your opponent within a second. Psychic is, controlling others' minds and using the powers of your mind in ways that are beyond this world. And ghosts themselves are spirits of the other world believed to be living amongst us. So, with that being said, my team is Team Oracle. I mean, oracles are kind of, psychics and channel ghosts and whatnot, basically deal with the other world. So, your first encounter with Team Oracle will be seeing two of my grunts after you beat your first gym. And, you'll see these two grunts in a city with the Pokemon professor. Maybe the professor is in there because he needs you to do a favor, or he's going to give you an item or something. But either way, you will see two of my grunts telling the professor, where is your information on legendary Pokemon? Give us any information you have. We want to know where the legendaries are hiding. We need information, things like that. And when you beat them, they'll say typical things such as, this isn't over and he will know about you. So you'll simply continue through your story. Maybe you'll fight a couple of my grunts every now and then, but eventually you will find my hideout, which is under Bird Sleeper Toby's gym. Yes. And when you get under there, you will seem surprised and he'll say, how did they... It's not possible. It's as if Team Oracle is of another world. So you'll simply progress through my hideout in an attempt to find me and stop our plans. We kidnapped the professor and we're trying to get him to speak, tell us where legendaries are hiding and give us any information he has. And as you're progressing through, you'll fight my two admins, my good friends, Barracuda from One Lazy Rogue, and Twilight Prince from, Twilight Prince. And as you also progress through the hideout, you will learn about my team's motives. We are trying to capture all legendary Pokemon. That way we can exploit their powers and change the rules of reality and the laws of physics. Because, alright, this is aside from the video. Growing up myself, I always watched, anime and played Pokemon and whatnot, and always dreamed that I could live in another reality. One where I could use powers, or one where I could battle with Pokemon. So that's what my team's motives are. We're tired of living in a mundane reality that we're forced to live by, so we're trying to exploit legendary Pokemon and change the laws of reality. And even when you encounter me, I will say, come, join me. We will escape this reality we're forced to live by. We will exploit the powers of legendaries for ourselves, and we will live in great ways you could never imagine. So, of course, you'll get the professor freed, and you'll probably beat me. I'll probably only use 3 Pokemon to start with, just, maybe because I don't want to go all out on you yet. But also, later on, you will eventually find us back at it again, because we're not done yet. And we could be in all regions. But bottom line, this is the final bit. As we had the professor captured, we managed to get the information we needed, and now we are trying to get these legendaries. If we're in Kanto, we'll be at Mount Ember. If we're in Johto, no, if we're in Kanto, we'll be in the Cerulean Cave. We don't want Moltres, we want Mewtwo. If we're in Johto, we will be at the Tin Tower. If we're in Hoenn, we'll be at Mount Pyre trying to get the orbs in order to awaken Kyogre and Groudon. If we're in Sinnoh, we'll be at the Spear Pillar. If we're in Unova, we'll be in the Dragon Spiral Tower. And Kalos will be in Geosinge Town in order to free Yveltal and Cerneus. And in Alola, we will be at the Vast Pony Canyon, or the Altar of the Sun, or the Altar of the Moon. The bottom line, you will eventually be fighting my team in order to foil our plans, of course, because you, the up-and-coming trainer, will put an end to Team Oracle. But that will not come without fighting my admins one more time, and then ultimately topping me, Oracle, Overseer, Ketsuban. Now, the first thing I will do is I will lead out with my Gardevoir. My Gardevoir will set up Trick Room, run Hypnosis, Dream Eater, and Psychic, maybe, just for, a quick attack without having to rely on your Pokemon being asleep. But this goes to show the laws of reality being broken. I'm forcibly putting you to sleep and also getting the upper hand and exploiting your weaknesses. Next will come my Alolan Marowak, who will use moves such as Dark Pulse and Stomping Tantrum for type coverage. And after that will be Greninja. Now, his Protean ability allows him to change types based on what moves he's doing, and that enough does kind of break reality a bit, as he's changing his type at his own will. Next comes my good Decidueye, using Sucker Punch, Leaf Blade, moves like that. He's based off an extinct bird which has been brought back to life, basically, in the form of the Pokemon. So again, this is a attempt to break reality. We've brought a dead Pokemon, we've brought a dead animal back to life, and now we're using it. Next is my Gallade. He's psychic and fighting, so again, breaking reality is where he can learn about the moves you're aiming to use. He can see into the future, and yet he, at the same time, he can use his fighting abilities to topple you. And finally, my shiny Incineroar, the crown jewel of my team, of course holding his special Insinium Z crystal. But this Pokemon is just a really powerful wrestler-based fighter, and he, will take the upper hand on you any second he can get. But of course you will beat me, and at the end of this, with my team's plans foiled, Arceus will be awakened, and he will come before me and state how angry he is. He is enraged at the fact that I'm trying to change the rules of reality, that I'm trying to alter the world he created, and he will ban me to where else but the Distortion world. That's right, I'm going to be sleeping with fucking Giratina now. But this is also where the post-game comes in, because after you beat the Elite Four, you'll find my two admins that are, at the Spear Pillar again, not doing anything evil, but they're trying to retrieve me. They're trying to get me back now by going into the Distortion world. Now, you will be able to go to the Distortion world and capture Giratina, which will ultimately end up freeing me. You will get me out of the Distortion world now by capturing Giratina. And at this rate, I've kind of learned from my ways that I shouldn't, play with reality, that I should, be acceptant of the world I live in, and I've now learned from my ways, and maybe I'll just become a gym leader. I don't know. Anyway, though, like and subscribe to this channel. Please share it with your friends. Let me know what you all thought in the comments below. And,